Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on February 28, 2023. Lebanon news agency's photo archive stolen in crime of national proportions. Rainbow plates, the chefs reawakening Africa's taste for vegan food. Lukashenko's planned Xi meeting shows gulf between China and the US. The Guardian, Belarus leader and Putin ally Lukashenko on China visit. The Independent, China set to welcome Belarus leader as US warns on weapons. Bloomberg, Ukraine live briefing, Putin claims West is trying to dismantle Russia, Zelensky vows not to forget Crimea. The Washington Post, Belarus president and Putin ally Lukashenko to visit China this week. Asylum seeker plans legal challenge to Home Office questionnaire. Inside the town of Vuhledar on Ukraine's front line where everything is bombed. Sky News, satellite pictures claim to show elite Russian unit destroyed around Vuhledar. The Telegraph, elite Russian forces said to suffer losses in Ukraine. Voice of America, VOA News, elite Russian unit weakened by severe frontline losses, replacements, intel. Business Insider, civilians on front lines hopeful for an end to the fighting in Ukraine. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador shares photo of mythological woodland Alex on social media. Sky News, Mexican president posts photo of what he claims is a Maya ELF. The Guardian, Mexican president shares proof of woodland ELF. The Independent, Mexican president claims he has proof of mythical woodland ELF. The Telegraph, Mexico president claims blurry photo shows an Alex, what is this mythical creature from Mayan civilization? Russia-Ukraine war, Zelensky warns fighting, increasingly difficult, in Bakhmut. China has clearly taken a side, US says, live. The Guardian, Ukraine war, Zelensky says situation in Bakhmut worsening. BBC, status of Bakhmut remains unclear as Kyiv counters Russian claims. Euronews, besieged Ukrainian forces fight to hold Bakhmut. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Ukraine News, live, Putin's forces trying to encircle last Ukrainian defenders in Bakhmut. Manchester bomber friend known to Michigan 5, BBC reveals. Hawara, what happened was horrific and barbaric. North Korea's Kim Jong-un sounds alarm on agriculture amid reports of food shortages. The Guardian, Kim Jong-un calls urgent talks to prevent North Korean famine. The Times, North Korea's Kim orders radical change in agriculture. Al Jazeera English, North Korea holds rare meeting on farming amid food shortage. The Independent, North Korea's Kim calls for unity to boost grain production. Weather Tracker, Cyclone Freddy brings torrential rain to parts of Africa. The Guardian, Mozambique, severe tropical storm Freddy and floods, flash update number 5, as of the 26th of February 2023, Mozambique. Relief Web, Mozambique, Cyclone Freddy leaves homes and lives in ruins. Africa News English, Freddy or not, downgraded storm still likely to bring rainfall to flood-hit Limpopo, in Mpumalanga. News 24, Mozambique, floods and tropical cyclone Freddy Drev application, MDR-MZ020, Mozambique. Wizz Air to suspend Moldova flights due to security fears. The Guardian, Wizz Air to suspend Moldova flights over airspace safety. BBC, Wizz Air suspends flights to Moldova over security concerns. DW, English, Wizz Air suspends flights to Moldovan capital Chisinau over elevated airspace risk. Sky News, Wizz Air to suspend Moldova flights, citing security. Andrew Tate loses latest appeal to be released from Romanian prison amid human trafficking case. Sky News, Andrew Tate loses appeal against latest detention. BBC, Andrew Tate loses latest appeal after Romanian court upholds third detention. ITV News, Andrew Tate held for third month in Romanian prison after losing latest appeal. The Independent, Romanian court upholds third 30-day detention for influencer Andrew Tate. Florida State Governor Ron DeSantis takes control of Walt Disney World's self-governing district in apparent retaliation for Don't Say Gay bill criticism. Sky News, Ron DeSantis tightens his control over Walt Disney World. BBC, Ron DeSantis takes control of Disney World's governing structure after "Don't-Say-Gay" feud. The Independent, DeSantis strips Disney of self-governing powers after "Don't-Say-Gay" rebellion. Rupert Murdoch says Fox News hosts endorsed false election fraud claims. BBC, Rupert Murdoch testified that Fox News hosts endorsed stolen election narrative. The Guardian, Murdoch admits some Fox News hosts endorsed false claims made by Trump about 2020 election being stolen. Sky News, Tucker Carlson deserves a raise for his shameless lies. The Intercept, Rupert Murdoch admits Fox News stars endorsed bogus election fraud claims. Alex Murdaugh's younger brother breaks down telling jurors how he cleaned up what was left of nephew Paul. The Independent, what to know about the Alex Murdaugh murder trial. BBC, Alex Murdaugh's defense rests case in disgraced attorney's double murder trial. The Independent, Alex Murdaugh's brother says he cleaned up nephew's remains. How seriously should we take the US dose COVID lab leak theory? The Guardian, COVID-19 most likely leaked from Wuhan lab, says US Energy Department. Sky News, China should be honest on COVID origin, says US envoy. BBC, how did COVID start? Doe lab leak report has a key caveat. Bloomberg, lab leak most likely origin of COVID pandemic, says US report. Italy migrant boat shipwreck, more than 100 people feared dead. BBC, Italy urges stop to migrant boats as shipwreck death toll hits 63. EURACTIV, 62 people are dead off the coast of Italy. How many more will anti-migrant policies kill? The Guardian, editorial, we must find our compassion for refugees. The Independent, the Irish Times view on the tragic sinking of a migrant boat off Italy. Europe must open its doors. The Irish Times. US asks Mexico to extradite son of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Sky News, US requests extradition of El Chapo's son, Mexico says. Al Jazeera English, US requests extradition of drug lord El Chapo's son. NDTV, US, requests extradition of Ovidio Guzman, son of El Chapo, from Mexico sources. Reuters Canada, US asks Mexico to extradite son of El Chapo. Canada bans TikTok on government devices over security risks. The Guardian, Canada bans TikTok on government devices. BBC, Explainer, Canada latest to ban TikTok on government phones. The Independent, Canada joins US and EU in banning TikTok from government phones. Bloomberg, Canada bans TikTok on government-issued devices. Missing man found in shark's stomach after family identifies his tattoo. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.